Hello everyone, this is Fawn coming to you from Napa Acupuncture Practice in Northern California. And I just wanted to reach out to you all today and to let you know that we are going to be providing some information about sleep. So if any of you are like myself and you've been a little bit stressed out, sometimes people are having nightmares, there are things you can do to help yourself in terms of acupressure. So the first point I want to talk about is called Do 24. It's about, if you find the front of your hairline and you go in about an inch, that is the point. It's called Do 24, Governing Vessel 24. And it's good because it will help to open up your nose and your sinuses. And it also treats the neck. So the first couple of inches here along your scalp are good for neck and shoulder tension. So if you push anything along there and they're feeling sore, mine are sore, those are good for neck and shoulder tension, but they also will help to calm the spirit and help you to sleep at night. So the next point I want to talk about is called Yin Tong. It's the third eye. I don't know if you guys can see it very well on myself, but it's right between your eyebrows, right there. And see how I'm pushing just in a little circle like that? Yeah, you can do it for a while until you start to feel more calm. And the beauty of this point is it will also help to drain your sinuses and your nose. So if you're experiencing some allergies, especially here in Northern California, something new is in bloom and people are having a lot of trouble with their allergies. So that's a great point to do. It also produces endorphins, which are the feel-good hormones. So that's another really nice option for helping you to feel calm when you're having trouble sleeping. Next, I want to talk about 3 points on the wrist that are called Buddhist Triangle. So the first point is you follow the pinky, line of the pinky, let's see, and you go down like that. And then right here on the lateral side next to the tendon there is the point that is called Heart 7. And that's a really good point for calming the emotions and also for helping you to sleep at night. So that's one side of the triangle. The other side of the triangle, you go over to the opposite side. Can you see that very closely? Right around there. So it's along the line from here down to the crease of your elbow. That's hard to show everybody at the same time. So on the inside of your elbow, right here, no, that's wrong. Right over here is lung 5. So over here is lung 5. It's kind of hard to show on this angle. But here's lung 5. And it's on a line between here and you follow up. Fortunately, lung 9 is a lot easier to find. And it's right here on the wrist crease. So this is one point of the triangle. Here's another point of the triangle. And then down here, between the tendons, about 3 fingers up from the wrist crease, is lung 9. And you can move your wrist back and forth and find where the 2 tendons are. And right between there is called Pericardium 6. So if you go, it might have to go a little closer or a little further down to find it, but whatever in that area is tender is Pericardium 6. We've talked about this before. It's good for anxiety, it's good for stress, it helps to open your chest. So for people who are having issues with breathing, it helps with hormones. It's just a really great point. It's also good for nausea. The C-bands that people wear that's the point that they push on when they're wearing the C-bands, if you've ever been on a ship or something like that. So the 3 together, Heart 7, lung 9, and Pericardium 6 make what's called Buddhist Triangle. And it's called that because Buddha, peaceful, and it helps you with sleep and anxiety and emotion. So that's the Buddhist Triangle for sleep. The other point a lot of times I use on patients is in the belly of the sternocleidomastoid muscle, the SCM. So that's this muscle that runs along your neck right here. I'll show you on Adam. So there's the big bone back here and then behind your ear, and you have the distance between the 2, and it's called, I don't know if you can see on Adam. So here's the bone back here on Adam, and here is the ear, and you have that distance And, oh, that's a better angle. That's the point on Myan. So I'll put my hair behind me. So here is behind my ear. Is that a better angle? And then here, back here is the big bone, and halfway between them is Myan. So pretty much you can't go wrong. Go an inch and a half, 2 inches backwards from the posterior of the ear, and that is the point. So it's on both sides. So you put one finger on the bone, you put one finger behind your ear, and then half the distance between the two is Myan. And Myan, I like to push because it also helps to relieve tension in your neck and your head and shoulders. And it's called peaceful slumbers. So people really like it because it helps to balance the stress hormones, and it helps with sleep. How can you go wrong with peaceful slumbers as a name for an acupuncture point? So the last point that I want to talk about is for people who are perhaps having bad dreams or nightmares, or even if your kid is having nightmares. Another point you can use is the point that I call it the fire hydrant point, because it's good at clearing, it's good at clearing heat from the body. So it is the end of the wrist crease. So you put your elbow together, and where the end of the wrist crease is large intestine 11, and it's really good for clearing heat in the body. I'll show you on Adam. Right there is large intestine 11, just at the end of his wrist crease. And then there is lung 5 that we were talking about. And here on Adam, let's see if you can see his wrist very well. Over here is lung 9, and then up here is pericardium 6, and there is heart 7. So we'll try it one more time. This is heart 7. Heart 7, pericardium 6, and then lung 9. So see how that's a cute triangle? We like to tell jokes. We like to make things cute so we can remember and memorize them. The last thing I have for you with regards to sleep is to try some tea. Some nice warm tea before you go to sleep. I know when I was a kid, my mother had sleepy time tea, and it was chamomile. It might have had some mint in it, but it always made me feel soothed, and anytime I was feeling stressed, she would make me some sleepy times tea. So chamomile tea, something with lavender in it, something with mint. Mint is cooling in Chinese medicine, so any of those teas are great. So thank you all for joining us. I hope these tips help you to sleep better. We have a link if you're interested in a virtual appointment, so that you can get some information about herbs or what kind of acupressure points are perfectly suited for your body if you're having aches or pains someplace. And there's a virtual tip jar too. So if this is helpful and you want to leave us a tip, we would be most appreciative. So thank you, and I look forward to hearing from you all. If you have any questions or requests for videos, we look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you.